Heyo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome into Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I am Sean Anderson. I'm tweeting out the link to the show right now. Cody, I'm tagging you, buddy, so you can get that retweet going. Again, this is Sean Anderson and Cody Delmendo coming to you live from Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. Again, I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. And alongside me, as always, is Cody Delmendo, who matched his shirt with his shoes, something that I appreciate. You can follow Cody on Twitter at Cody_CHGO.
I'm just very addicted to looking great. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I gotta, I'm 31, and, now it's okay, I'm only getting older. I'm trying to not look like I'm 31 all the time.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
As somebody who is 24, when you were 24, did you have any, bodily pains that you woke up with every day? And do you currently, as a 31-year-old, wake up with pains that you didn't have as a 24-year-old?
When I was 24, I was just finishing up college because I wasn't a traditional student. I would, not like I do now, that's for sure.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Steven, you're older as well.
What a nice way of putting it.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
You're older.
Does your body ache like an old man?
It does, actually, yeah.
Okay, see.
And that's started within the last year or so.
This is what I'm scared of.
I make sounds when I stand up and sit down now. That's how you know it's pretty bad.
I've always done that my whole life, though. I've been making sounds getting up and getting down probably since I've been 5 years old.
Oh, you're in some trouble then.
Well, I think it's just I'm obnoxious.
Okay.
Anyways, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily. I'm Sean Anderson, the obnoxious host. We talk about our money. I've been winning a ton of money, Cody. I have deposited $24 into my bank account. I have won 2 different bets totaling $22. I've taken the $12 of proceeds and put them back into my bank. So honestly, I'm in a great place to bet, almost in a place where I need to be heat checked. Last week, I didn't have any money, and I didn't say any of the bets that I was actually taking on the show. I didn't have any locks. I didn't have any big threes. It was my best week of betting in months, honestly. I'm up to $10 in my bank. You're having a rough run here at zero, and you're busted. Yeah. Here's the thing about the $10, though, is it totally probably around $50 altogether that I've won. So, my bank's around 50, but I've lost so much money beforehand that I want to keep it low at $10 just so, I'm not heat checking a $40 bank.
What am I? I am down $145 now. It's just brutal.
What have you been betting on?
Well, I didn't bet Saturday or Sunday because Thursday and Friday were so brutal. I'm going to get back on the horse tomorrow. I needed another break today as far as what I'm betting tonight. But I'm excited to talk about some more futures. I'm just going to ignore the fact that I am $0 in the PointsBet account right now. Football is upon us, though, and I'm looking forward to getting to that.
It's just around the bend here. Steven is somehow hot in this room. I feel a fall chill, honestly, in the air. I feel the boys of September are just around the corner. Cody, yeah. This calendar just turned to August, and here comes September. We are excited to talk about the college football future props. We're going to be picking a national champion today. I know they usually play the game in about January. We actually are picking it today. You don't actually have to watch in January. We already know who is going to win. We might have 2 different winners here today. We might be picking 2 different futures, but that doesn't matter because we are still going to give you the right outcome because we, as experienced bettors, have never lost any money. So it's really a great show to get gambling advice from. Here's my run just since the 27th. Corbin Burns over 8.5 strikeouts plus 120. Wager 10, got 22. All right, that was a nice win for me. Then I went on a 4-game losing streak, but I was close. I wasn't too out. But yesterday I had a great day. White Sox minus 1.5, $1.50 to win $2.65. Eloy to hit a homer, $2.50 to win $8. And then a pain parlay, Cody.
The pain parlay.
My pain is that Carlos Rodon isn't on the White Sox anymore. Your pain is that the Cubs stink.
They do stink.
I bet Rodon 10+ strikeouts and the Giants to win by -1.5. 265 to win 14-26. I've been having a real nice time. It has been real fun to gamble, and I need to be heat checked. So we are going to talk about that a little bit later on, but let's get to the national champion wagers and the futures. These are your top 6 teams, if I am doing my math correctly. Alabama is your favorite at +180. Ohio State just behind them at +300. Georgia not too far behind at +350. Clemson at +1100. USC at +2200. And Texas A&M at +2500. Cody, who do you like on that list? I guess we'll probably start with Alabama.
I mean, it's just really hard to not bet Alabama. In the national championship game, I bet Alabama because they were an underdog, and then they lost to Georgia. But I remember leaving or going to bed that night still okay with myself. Like I had some dignity because I was like, I'm riding with what history shows and says.
Right.
And, Georgia won. All the credit to them. I get it.
Did I live bet Alabama because I still didn't believe that Georgia was going to win? Absolutely.
I bet them and live bet them.
Right.
I lost a lot of money that day.
Oh, man. I think the only thing I won in that game was, did Zamir White score a touchdown? I think that was the only thing that I got from that game.
I don't really remember what all the props I had. I just remember I did bet on Alabama to beat Georgia. And, again, Alabama was the dog. And as we saw, made sense. But I don't know. I mean, kind of like the odds for Clemson. Clemson, they except for last year, kind of proved that they're going to always be in that Final Four mix. I know Trevor Lawrence ain't there no more, obviously, and that was clearly seen last year. They had a lot of issues, but it's revenge season for Dabo Swinney. Maybe I don't know, plus 1100 is a nice little there's some decent value there. I don't like USC. Maybe Texas A&M. That's kind of juicy. If you go down the list even more, you got Michigan and Notre Dame at plus 4,500. That's going to be a no for me, dog. And I know why USC is up there because Lincoln Riley's the new coach. But
yeah,
I
would like to bet on USC to not win the national title.
Yeah, and then you got Texas at plus 5,000, Utah plus 5,000, LSU plus 7,000. And maybe LSU, bringing the guy in from Notre Dame.
Kelly.
Yeah, Brian Kelly. But I also am kind of like, how can I bet on LSU after all those shitty videos that we saw with him and his recruits on Twitter? But
I hope Brian Kelly fails. I hope Brian Kelly is.
Ohio State's kind of interesting. My friend Sean here, and not just you, Sean, but my other friend Sean in the chat says,
and he spells it right.
Yeah, he does spell it right. He says don't sleep on CJ Stroud at Ohio State. Yeah, he was impressive. Also another revenge type season for Ohio State after losing to Michigan last year and not making it all the way to the it's always been like Alabama, Ohio State, and Clemson as those final three. It feels like year in and year out. I mean, it's one of the things that I don't like about college football is there just really is no parity, and there's a whole conversation we could have about that. But to me, it's like it's hard to not bet on whether it's Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, or Clemson. I kind of, again, Clemson plus 1,100 is better. If you want that value, want some juice, why not? But I don't really see a lot of these other teams.
Well, we go a little bit lower down the list. Steven mumbled when you mentioned Texas at plus 500. Texas is interesting.
I like them.
They are.
Plus 5,000, you said, right?
Yeah, plus 5,000, my bad.
So Quinn Ewers at quarterback there, that's very, very interesting. I mean, there's also Hudson Card there who's got a little bit more experience, but they got some talent there, and they're recruiting now. They're really doing a great job recruiting.
Our guy Joey won't let us forget about Quinn Ewers.
Won't.
I mean, anytime we bring up college football, he's bringing up Quinn Ewers. Even in the Slack, he's dropping pictures of Quinn Ewers. So I think Joey likes Texas at plus 5,000. It's interesting. I mean, really, you're betting on an SEC team. I mean, that's the thing. I know that Sean's saying, don't sleep on CJ Stroud, and if there is any team that can win the title coming out of the Big Ten, it's Ohio State in my mind. But
absolutely,
I really, the Big Ten disappoints mainly every single year.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I'm not trusting that conference.
The only thing good about the Big Ten when it comes to college football is they just have, it just shows it's if you love grit porn, if you love grit, you love watching two Big Ten teams go up against each other on a Saturday afternoon in shitty weather, and they score a total of 20 points total. Like that's grit. It's also really shitty football, right? But like, yeah. I mean, I'm not. C.J. Stroud. He is good. He is going to be one of the top draft choices in the next year's draft as well. Bryce Young also going to be a top draft choice at quarterback in 2023 too. So, Texas is interesting. I always, the reason I didn't mention Texas is like year in, year out, they just disappoint us, or disappoint their expectations. They also had high expectations last year, and then they really shit the bed.
Texas is back, baby. I mean, that's the saying.
Like every year is Texas back, and it's like, nope, not again. So
Yep, they just lost to Akron. Like it's some fucking team that they're losing to. Also, you mentioned grit. It's just like you look at the Big Ten West, and it's just such a sad division. Yeah. Like Iowa is always the best team. In Iowa, have they had an athletic player? Like, do they have a player that runs a 40 under 4.75?
Iowa's always O-line and tight end U. So right. if you want great O-linemen and tight ends, sure, like that's great, but I don't think it's going to win you a championship.
It's like the only team that's ever been like somewhat competitive coming out of there is Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And
they're the same way. Right. Like Iowa and Wisconsin might as well be the same program.
So, I mean, really.
That's why it's so frustrating as an Illini fan that they can't even get to that level.
Yeah, and I don't trust my guy Mel Tucker just yet with the reins of MSU. Yep. So I really
that's a huge contract. We're going to see if that pays off or not. But Michigan State did have a great year last year.
And Michigan doubled down on Jim Harbaugh. I thought that was stupid. He finally had a great year, but I really think that's probably his best year as a coach.
Hey, he finally beat Ohio State one time.
He finally did.
One time. Yeah. It was one of the best games of last year, though. I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, it was a great game, and it was very surprising to see it happen, but a broken clock is right twice a day. I think that was the one time he beats
when
Ohio
Michigan
State.
and Ohio State play again this year, I'm definitely going to be slamming Ohio State.
And it's not even. I'm not going to be afraid to do the point line. Like I will. Yeah. I will go get plus money on that minus Ohio State.
Michigan's
whatever.
Got an interesting quarterback from our own backyard, J.J. McCarthy. I'm just saying. He's really good.
Sell me on J.J. McCarthy in one sentence.
He went to IMG Academy.
Okay. They do
pretty good
shout talent there.
Yeah, he transferred from over here to over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like a business of cranking out athletes. So, all right.
Yeah.
I sold you.
Takes more
I don't know if you sold me. I don't know if you sold me. Has he played a game?
Yeah, he was a backup last year, but he's a 5-star quarterback. He's gonna get more of a run. He might even be the starter this year. I think it's a competition.
He might be the starter this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's college football. You go with the incumbent more often than not.
I know, but also like Ohio State typically doesn't do that. They usually put out the best guy.
I mean, they've had so many transfers coming in and out, though.
Right. But usually based not on youth. I mean, I don't know. But the best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app. This is where we took the odds for the college football future. If you're placing a bet, where are you going to bet? Probably Alabama plus 180.
Yeah,
so hard not to.
Yeah,
right.
Probably, I'm probably taking Alabama plus 180. Go to the championship game and to lose. Nick Saban revenge season. I've said that for like 3 schools now, but like still like, I can't. If I were to place a bet today, I would take Alabama at plus money.
I don't think they have the odds for it, but like Alabama just to make the national championship game is probably minus money. Like it's just so certain that team is going to get there. So the fact that you get them at plus money, it's kind of like the Chiefs in the AFC West. You have the best player in Patrick Mahomes. It's very easy for that guy to succeed. It's been very easy for Nick Saban to succeed. I like him.
What's a flyer? Like if you scroll down, just like a flyer.
I think Texas. I like Texas. Plus 5,000. I know I just talked about like any team, but outside of the SEC, Texas is not SEC, but they're SEC adjacent. Like the
like
Big 12 is pretty
like
thin. I know Oklahoma's like similar odds, but I really don't trust them, especially now that Lincoln's gone. So when is Bob Stoops going to come back and start coaching like week 7? Like that's really the question with Oklahoma. So I'm against that. Anyways, the best way to support CHGO, download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. That's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from the CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we'll help you out. And PointsBet's your home for live and play betting, and it just got even better. If you see an edge in the game you're watching, if your favorite team is primed for a comeback, don't just watch the game. Bet along with it live. There's more live betting, more live markets, and faster live cash-outs with the PointsBet app. So download the PointsBet app right now and use promo code CHGO. Again, this is where we got our future odds. So if you're looking to place a bet on the NCAA future odds, go to Alabama and place plus 180, because I think that's the smartest place to put your money. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services. All right, Cody, you have no big three or lock tonight, correct?
No, but again, taking the night off. We're back on the horse tomorrow.
Let's heat check myself then.
All
right. So let's see if I can actually bet or not. I've been hitting some home run ones. So why not try to hit 3 in one game, friends, at plus 8,458. I am placing $2 to win $169.
Oh, that's nice.
If Gavin Sheets hits a home run, if Salvador Perez hits a home run, and if Yohan Moncada hits a home run today, I will win $169. Gavin Sheets has had great success against Brad Keller. Yohan Moncada has great success off of Brad Keller. And Salvador Perez hits fastballs very, very well. He hasn't hit Michael Kopech very, very well, but Kopech's slider has been iffy, especially in the first inning. If he throws the wrong pitch to that guy, he can hit it deep. Trust me, I know. He did it all last year against the Sox. So I think Salvador Perez, he had a nice series against the Yankees. I think he can continue it.
I do like the Moncada one. He's got 2 homers against Perez. I was looking at earlier because I did consider betting on this game, and maybe I'll just dabble a little on whatever you got going on. But yeah, I mean, I know Moncada's been heating up for you guys.
Yeah,
so.
Sheets is at like plus 550. I think Moncada's at like plus 450, and I think Perez is around
Brad
plus
Keller's
400.
been pretty good this year though for them, right?
Yeah, he has. Yeah. But the White Sox in the 2 starts they've faced against them, they've had a home run at least. So my thought process is, you need to win this game. Brad Keller, you've seen him enough. He's good, but is he that good where you can't beat him? I don't know. If they win at least tonight, I didn't want to bet on them winning, so I just went with the home run props. Anyways,
he's throwing the Hail Mary, guys.
Exactly, absolutely. Let's go to my big 3. We're going Tigers money line plus 120. They got Tariq Skubal on the mound going against the Twins, who have Aaron Sanchez going. Sanchez is bad. The bullpen's bad, and I think Skubal can at least give you a good start. So I like the Tigers plus money. Brad Keller to get a win at plus 195. I do think that Brad Keller, who has had good success against the White Sox, can at least go 6 or 7 innings. We see this consistently with righties with the slider. Brad Keller's not starting today.
Did they scratch
he must
him?
have been scratched. So that's just happened. So Brad Keller to win was at plus 195.
That ruins your entire parlay.
It does. Wow.
Hopefully they void it and then
Brutal.
you can replace it.
That's brutal. Anyways, scratch off Brad Keller to win. Thank you, Joe C, for the heads up. And then Cal Quantrill over 4.5 Ks at plus 115. He's going up against the Diamondbacks. They have like the 10th worst strikeout ratings when I was looking at their called strikes plus whiff, swinging strike percentage, and K percentage in the past month. And Cal Quantrill's been pretty good. So I like his ability to pitch against this team. And it's Daniel Lynch starting.
Daniel Lynch.
Okay. Right. I don't know why PointsBet. Did he get scratched?
Yes, he's Daniel Lynch starting over Brad Keller. So that's just happened. This is very, very recent. Maybe he got traded.
Yeah, maybe Brad Keller's
see.
getting traded. All right, we'll have to see.
He did get scratched. Yeah.
And we will be covering this on CHGO White Sox. We have a pregame at 6:30. Cubs have a day off, right?
Yes.
So Cubs have a day off. Cody and Luke and
but
Ryan
we will
already
go
did
live if Ian Happer, Wilson Contreras are traded.
And they already did go live earlier.
Yeah, we
had a great hour-long episode talking about the Scott Effross trade, talking about the Chris Martin trade, so definitely go check out their most recent episode today on the CHGO Cubs YouTube channel. Again, 6:30 pregame show for the Royals and White Sox. It's Daniel Lynch versus Brad Keller. It's Daniel Lynch versus Michael Kopech. We'll see if the White Sox can pull out the victory. Herb, Vinny, and I will be there. We'll wrap it up Follow us on Twitter at Cody_CHGO, at Sean_W_Anderson. Thank you to Steve for producing the show. We'll talk to you tomorrow when we're millionaires, and we're doing it from about the episodes from about. Bye.
Absolutely.